Plus 10 competence bonus on stealth skill checks. We'll hold on to that for now. Sell that. Sell that. Hold on to that. Okay. Those are useless to us. Cloak of Resistance +1 can go. Rings of Protection +1 can go. Hold on to that. Get rid of those. Save DC on all enchantment school spells. Whenever the wearer affects an enemy with a spell for the first time. I may hold on to those and give those to 𝐚𝐻𝐿𝐵𝐿. I think she does enchantments. Amulet of Natural Armor +2. We will hold on to those boots. All right, so instead of costing us money, we are making more money. And we're not encumbered again. Fantastico. Okay. So we found ourselves our vendor that we wanted. I want to come in here really quick. Swap this. Yeah, so if we give him anything like a dex belt or something, and his dex goes above +3, then we will see that represented down here. And then over here, we have some new armor for him. And we also have a Rotten Dissector. Oh, looks so cool. All right. A sturdy door locked and covered with frightening carved pictures. I don't know that we can get up to there. No. Insolent demon. The flow of lava rushing through Lucianera to the ocean originates from somewhere at the very top of the city. Into the Bad Luck Tavern. That sounds good. Let's go there. A little cramped in here. We'll make do.
Over there.
Okay, so the trap is here. Plate is there.
I'm glad I was useful to you.
Prismatic Ring. Allows us to cast an improved version of Prismatic Spray once per day as a 17th level wizard. The wearer can recharge this ring by consuming spells for which the sum of their levels must be equivalent to at least 9. That's kind of cool.
I finished here. Is there more?
All right, cool. Cold iron.
This way.
No time to talk. That goes outside. Is there another door over here? No, can't open that. Can we come over here? Oh, hello. Oh, very cool. So that's where we started. There we go. Don't mind me riding a horse through a freaking bar. We'll loot everything first. Why? You. Thank you. One more over here. Get lost. I'm not looking for a drinking companion. Yeah, but you're a named character. Alright, let's see who else can talk to you. Hey, you're not a local, are you? Have you come from Golarion? That makes us fellow countrymen, since I hail from Absalom. Allow me to introduce myself. I'm Magister Melara, a certified specialist in resolving magic-related issues and the captain of an airship. Airship? Called the Starcatcher III. What's the sorceress from Absalom doing in this rat hole in the middle of the abyss? I suppose you could say that I'm trying to cheat my own fate. In the current stage of my life, the abyss seems like the best port to call home for me. There aren't a lot of experienced and at the same time trustworthy captains around here, so I never sit idle. You seem honest. How did you manage to survive in this place? I see what you're getting at. You're asking how a captain who doesn't grab everything that isn't bolted down, a captain that doesn't steal cargo, and doesn't throw passengers overboard, how can they survive surrounded by a gang of bloody pirates? My answer is simple. My principles protect me. I strictly follow the unwritten aeronaut code. Yeah, airship. I never ignore those in distress. I never attack other vessels. And I honor the integrity of the cargo that I'm entrusted with. Maybe I look like an idiot to the other captains, but I don't care. My doggedness earns their respect, even it also provokes their ire. Besides, they know that I'm stubborn and I'll defend myself to the very end. I suppose that's the real reason why they haven't slit my throat and seized my ship yet. I understand your curiosity. You won't find another ship like Starcatcher III in the abyss. Tell me about your ship. As you can guess by her name, it's not the first ship I've captained, but she is without a doubt the most technologically advanced, and she's been through the most amazing adventures. I knew it. This is funny. Bravo. She and I, we've been through a series of hardship more than once, but my ship has never failed me. Once Starcatcher III even made a short raid into the Rift of Repose, the place where the souls of murdered demon lords slowly disintegrate. And present inside, is this their version of the Kessel Run? Plus, I've also note the Starcatcher III has a unique reputation in these parts. She has never participated in pirate raids, never transported smuggled goods or slaves, never passed by other vehicles in distress without providing help, never been in service to any of the demon lords. I can't think of any other ship in the Midnight Isles that enjoys such a good and honest reputation. So where's the first and the second? The second crashed on the rocks of 𝐚𝐿𝐴𝐿𝐼𝐻, where we sailed over Mara Island when a mutiny broke out. It's an evil place where discord and hostility fill the air like a noxious miasma. A part of the crew tried to seize the ship. The others remained loyal to me, and a massacre ensued. Defending myself, I had to fight my friends till I was the last one standing, the last survivor. All by myself, I barely managed to guide my ship in, but when I was bringing her to land, the rocks tore her like a fishmonger gutting a fish. Starcatcher II was irreparably damaged. As for me, I escaped with a couple of bruises and a chipped tooth. As for Starcatcher I, it was because of her that I decided to settle in the abyss. Okay, anyway. I'm always at your disposal. Cool, I'm out. Fair winds to you too. If you find yourself in need of an excellent airship and a skillful captain, just let me know. I'm sure we will at some point. Welcome to the bad luck. I'm Burgaz, the innkeeper. Our establishment now holds a high standard of service. Better to eat and drink here instead of a ditch. Sleep here at your own risk. Drown the rest of your life in cheap swill or purchase goods of the highest quality and dubious origin. Accept payment in gold and slaves. Dirty floor, terrible booze, a clientele of scoundrels, each one more dreadful than the last. An innkeeper who's a crook and probably a creep. All the perfect venue to celebrate our arrival in this godforsaken place. Who wants to keep me company and maybe even... Yeah, I swear to you, Seela is an alcoholic. Where can I find 𝐂𝐡𝐚𝐧𝐬𝐭? The demon goggles, then bursts into deafening laughter. Tiny bugs fly out of his maw. Wiping away bloody tears and giggling, he grabs a particularly nimble insect and tosses it back down his gullet. You can find her in the palace, mortal. The thing is, she won't see just anyone. The last person who had the nerve to show up uninvited now lives in the catacombs, and everyone calls him Scrap. Care to guess why? I don't know who you think you are, but you're not allowed on her doorstep unless she invites you herself. And to receive an invitation from 𝐂𝐡𝐚𝐧𝐬𝐭, you've got to be an influential and renowned figure in 𝐿usionera. Or you could do something to piss her off. Sometimes those two things are one and the same. Angering a ruler in their own 𝐚𝐻𝐭 in our own house. Sounds exceptionally stupid and dangerous. When do we start? Careful there, lad. Blighting Shadow is not your highborn cousin. You're used to messing with a stern but not vengeful ruler who has been, I must say, extremely patient with your antics. And now you're suggesting we rile the most dangerous creature in this corner of the abyss, or possibly of the whole of the abyss? I call it personal growth, dear Grey Boar. A new chapter in life brings new and more ambitious goals. Anyway, tell me the latest rumors. No problem. Have a drink and we'll talk. 500 gold? No. Your loss. How do I earn? Your chances are slim, but you look cocky, so you can try the gladiator fights in Battle Bliss. The dirtier and bloodier your fight, the more respect you'll earn. Only fools fight fair, so you must prove you know the ways of the fighter's craft. The crowd will love you if you torment the loser before finishing them off. Make them shriek, squeal, and even beg for death. Then you can count on having the fight of your life. You'll face a 𝐿usionera League champion. Your death will be a symphony of suffering the audience will forever remember. Most can only dream of such a fate. You can cozy up to someone in the upper city. The most influential your patron, the more respect you will be shown. Just remember that in 𝐿usionera, only the most skilled predators make it to the top, like Lady Valexia. More often than not, their offer of friendship is an introduction to their intrigues, and they'll get into your head, twist your thoughts, make you hate yourself, and make you destroy everything you ever loved with your own hands. That's their idea of fun. If you know how to, shall we say, solve problems, you could try to get under Shamira's wing. She presides over the harem of ardent dreams in the middle city and rules 𝐿usionera. Lady 𝐂𝐡𝐚𝐧𝐬𝐭 does not stoop to such trifles herself. Commanding the city is a dirty, bloody work, and Shamira is always in need of capable assistance, especially since she charges them as soon as they start to reek of her dark deeds. Walk through the slums. Everyone you see there tried to climb higher, but fell into a trap. There are plenty of warnings in their incoherent ramblings. Show me your wares. Here you are. Have your gold ready. I don't offer credit. By the way, I have something unique I can offer only to you, a 𝐂𝐻𝐵𝐿 crystal. It holds incredible power. What's a 𝐂𝐻𝐵𝐿 crystal? You mean you haven't heard of them? But everyone in 𝐿usionera talks about them non-stop. Well, listen. This lot of demons appeared, and they were so strong you couldn't help but wonder how they acquired such power. And strange is, those same demons used to be common riffraff. But then they became, well, I don't know what they are, but whatever's in it, it's strong. Rumor has it these supposed 𝐂𝐻𝐵𝐿 crystals are the source of their power. Nobody knows what they are or how to get them, but everyone wants one. The word has grown quite popular. These days, everything is 𝐂𝐻𝐵𝐿 this, 𝐂𝐻𝐵𝐿 that, no matter where you look. It's all hogwash and lies, of course, but my crystal is the real deal. Don't ask how I acquired it, that's my secret, but I could sell it to you. Interesting. I'm going to say this. Let's see what else they have. Magical acorn. Cooking ingredient, okay. Demon Slayer soup. Let's buy that. And notice, it has it has quotes on it. This amulet grants its wearer +1 competence bonus on knowledge world skill checks. Yeah, that's not a real 𝐂𝐻𝐵𝐿 crystal. Crystallized demonic rage. It's a cooking ingredient. I think. Hold on to that. Yep. Get rid of that. I'll hold on to that. That's one. Yeah. No. All right. Familiar face. This halfling with a horribly burned face and crimson, whiteless eyes looks strangely familiar. After a moment's recollection, you remember his features. This is the sobbing man who stumbled into a nest of Veskavars and lost his sight as a result. Luckily for him, you arrived just in time to pull him out of the ditch, only for him to end up in an even more dangerous incident. Who are you? Don't you recognize me? I saved you from those Veskavars. For a few seconds, the halfling is silent, stunned, and then exclaims in excitement. From one eerie eye, a single bloody tear appears, out of sheer emotion, perhaps. I thought your voice was familiar, but for the life of me, I just couldn't remember where I had heard it. So it was you. What a surprise. What a joy. I thought I was a goner, and then you grabbed me by my skivvies and snatched me out of the claws of death. I've never had the chance to repay you. When I came to, I looked around, and there were Crusaders everywhere. My first thought was that they got me. They'd caught up to me, those pious dogs. I hadn't noticed that I was unbound and unguarded until later when I took off running. I wasn't right in the head, you see. I had a nasty fever, and I wasn't even get the chance to meet my savior. But not this time. I'm not going anywhere. Here, take it. This is for old 𝐚𝐸𝐴, the scoundrel, who still lives and breathes instead of lying dead in that blasted canyon. Take it all. The halfling insistently presses a small bag full of magical amulets into your hands. We got Ashmaker. What's wrong with your eyes? The Veskars left some crap behind. Some kind of acidic slime, or maybe those wretches laid their eggs. I don't know. Whatever it was, on the 7th day, my left eye went dim, and on the 9th, some sort of shadow spawned in my right one. It kept wriggling in there. A healer in the battle bliss cut out my old eyes and sewed these in instead. Now I can see in pitch darkness and tell differences in temperature. Do a bunch of other stuff. A master of his craft, that healer was. Ruthless, though. How'd you end up in that crevice? As soon as those Crusaders started mopping up our forces in 𝐻𝐼𝐵𝐴, I knew it was time to split. Them Eagle Watch interrogators snooped around everywhere asking questions. Just how did Baphomet cultists get into the city with such ease before the attack? You know, half our agents are scholars, not spies. Catch one and he'll rat out the rest. So I was out of there in an instant, on my way back to my mates. I wish I could have found a proper guide, though, so I wouldn't have fallen into the Veskavar nest. Why were you scared of the Crusaders? Because he's a Baphomet cultist. As I was legging it away from 𝐻𝐼𝐵𝐴, I couldn't shake the image of the gallows they'd hang me from for treason and all that. You wouldn't believe all the stunts I pulled off. I smuggled Lady Monago's letters into the city, hid cultists under the guise of merchants' guards in my own home, brought Faxon into the Tower of Estrad, did some research on the Blackwing Library for Lord Xanthir. Who showed the demons where the Crusader barracks were on the first night? Me. They were all cut down, unarmored, and half asleep. When the resistance gathered at the Defender's Heart, who was it that found out and told the demons about it? Me again. The whole thing hinged on messengers and spies like me. That's why the Crusaders would gladly hung me if I were caught. You scum, so many good folks died because of filth like you. Hey, has she lost it or something? Get this lunatic away from me. She'll hurt me. Pay her no mind, brother. It's just Sister Seela here. Still ain't over the shock of what went down in 𝐻𝐼𝐵𝐴. Those scummy Crusaders massacred our sides, you know. Seela lost so many of her brothers and sisters in evil. She did, all of them killed by that butcher the people of Mendev called the Commander. Oh yeah, so she took part in the storming of 𝐻𝐼𝐵𝐴, did she? Didn't look like a cultist to me, more like one of those damn Crusaders. Her a Crusader? Don't make me laugh. She's done in her first paladin when she was still in her teens. Swiped the pious sod's helmet right before a battle. Do you really think a nasty piece of work like that would become a Crusader? Sela grits her teeth at the sound of Woljif's words, but with incredible effort forces herself to hold back the scream of curses trying to escape her lips. She simply gives a grim nod, staring daggers at both the halfling and the tiefling in turn. Why work for the demons? All for wizardly knowledge. I've always been curious to a fault, especially when it comes to magic. Once I was allowed wizards' books, there's no stopping me. So I met a guy who let me read a whole bunch of banned books. It wasn't until later that I found out that he was an apprentice of Xanthir the Plagued One himself. Now that one knows a lot. So I asked to be the Plagued One's apprentice too. That's how I chose my side. Alright, I'll be going now. Take care now, and remember, this is no Golarion. Things are rougher here. Alright. Anyone else? Anyone? No. Alright. So that goes outside. That goes outside. So we came in through this door. Let's go this way.
Carry me.
Climb the rooftop. Oh, guards. Who are you guarding? Lore religion. Ouch, alright guys, that's enough. I get it. It won't happen again. Just not my eyes. Not my eyes! Move your hand, Scammer. I'll break the other one too. I said move it. Not your eyes? Fine. Then your belly. Have some of this. What are you doing? You're hurting him. Stop. Why are you doing this to him? Huh? Who's that? I'm just a mortal, weak and silly. Compared to you, I'm a mayfly. One moment I'm here, the next I'm gone. But you'd better listen to what I tell you, because I've lived more than you have. Listen to her carefully. This might be the most important thing you hear in your entire lives. Yeah, right. We've always dreamed of listening to what a charred piece of meat has to say. What with all the riddles? What do you mean you've lived more than us? Very simple. I haven't lived very long, but I have friends. Those I can protect. Those who are glad to see me. Though there are many sad things, but I still know what happiness is. But you, beating, biting, fearing, hating each other, are you really happy? And if you aren't, is this any kind of life? So yeah, I've lived a lot. But you've spent centuries and centuries without really living. Ah, this mortal brat, this lump of meat, is it going to preach to us? You know what makes me happy? Gobbing up tasty pieces of meat like you. Poor thing, you're so hurt and scared all the time. You feel a bit better for a while when you torture others and forget about your suffering. But is that really happiness? Are you crazy or something? I'll do the lump. Demons stand around Ember. Their faces show caution and rapacious interest. It is clear that they're slightly afraid of the strange girl who shows no fear, but at the same time, they see no obvious threat. I'm going to do the lawful one. I warn you, this girl's under my protection. No one's going to touch her. What would we want to do with a little runt like that? Come on now, little one. Keep telling your lies. What are you trying to say? Love, friendship, that sort of drivel? She's a witch. Probably wants us to sell us something. Some magic potions or herbs. Come on, show us. What do you have? What? No, I'm not selling anything. I just wanted to tell you how much you're missing. I mean, you're free. Freer than anyone in the world. But you use this freedom to make life miserable for yourself and everyone else. Just think about how much happier you could be. Ember keeps preaching. The demons listen, occasionally interrupting with laughter or obscene jokes. Finally, they grow bored and walk away. They left. Do you think they understood anything? No, probably not. You think so? Maybe, but I'm still glad I tried. You know, I was thinking, I tried sending prayers to the demon lords and I tried talking to demons in the street, but one of the demon lords lives right here in the city, 𝐂𝐡𝐚𝐧𝐬𝐭, right? What if I tried to talk to her? Not through prayer, but in person. You're going to meet her sooner or later, aren't you? Please take me with you. I'm sure if we meet face to face like you and I are talking right now, I'll be able to convince her to stop being so mean. You'll take... Yes, Ember. Sure. God bless her. Alright, anyway. Lord Religion.
Don't even try to gloat.
Failed. Failed. And it probably hasn't auto-saved. Yeah. No. You know what? We'll just say fine. We'll do a save here, and we will call this until we meet again. All right, guys, we're going to go ahead and wrap up this episode, and we'll be back with more very soon. And I appreciate you guys coming and hanging out. If you're new around here, thinking about subscribing, clicking the bell notification icon so that you get notified the next time I post a video. And until then, you take care of yourselves. This is Draco Invictus saying this has been the best day of my life. See ya.